Katie LaSalle recently talked to AAA's Skyler McKinley about what makes this year's back-to-school insurance checkup a bit different.
What questions should parents and college students in particular be asking themselves as they prepare for this new year?
Yeah, if I were a college student, from an insurance perspective, the very first question I would ask is, where am I going to be living? Which is a tough question because a lot of colleges are doing partial remote or full remote. Some colleges are even coming back. So given these plans for remote learning, if you're returning to your parents' home because classes won't be meeting right away, you're probably going to be covered under your parents' homeowners or renters insurance policies. That's also true if you're returning to campus to live in a dorm if you remain independent of your parents. In either case, though, you probably possess expensive items. Think of an iPad, a computer, a television. You want to make sure that these items are included in a home inventory, and you also want to take a look at your coverage limits. If your coverage limits are too low for high-end electronics, parents might want to consider a special personal property endorsement to raise those limits and make sure they're covered. On the automotive side, it's a little bit more complex. Some students might not have taken a car to college last year, and then now they're coming home, and their parents dropped the coverage to save money. If these students are now back at home for remote learning and they'll be driving again, you want to make sure they're covered again. So call your agent, get them back on the policy. Finally, students who are returning to college might not be living on campus, especially because of the health challenge. If you're going back but living off campus, make sure you've got renter's insurance. It's really, really affordable. It protects you and your property, and it also protects you from liability in case anything were to happen on the property that you're renting.
And we know those insurance covers you in the event of a claim, but what can college students really do to prevent claims altogether?
Yeah, it's an extraordinary year and everybody has a lot to think about, but a lot of it goes back to simple common sense and why you want to have your insurance squared away so you know you don't have to worry about any of that. To avoid a claim, it comes down to just being careful. So if you're going back to campus, leave valuable items at home. You're going to need your laptop. You might need an iPad. You might need a television set. You probably don't need expensive heirloom jewelry. Leave it behind where it's safe. Parents and students should be in the habit of inventorying their property, no matter where a student's living. So take photos. When you buy something new, take photos of the receipts, if you've got them. In the event that you do need to file a claim, you're going to want all of this available, so you can really go through the process pretty quickly and be made whole. Finally, if you're going back to the dorms, take care to safeguard your items from theft. Lock your dorm room door. Never leave items unattended, especially in common areas. According to the Insurance Information Institute, burglaries make up about 50% of all campus crimes, and common areas are the primary areas where those occur. So in a socially distanced world, we're probably doing a lot more work from within our dorms, but in a context when you're outside of it, make sure to be careful with your property.
Yeah, always better to be safe than sorry. And any other tips for us in this still very uncertain time?
Yeah, 2020 is the year of constant change. It's a very dynamic situation when it comes to our colleges and universities. Things can get confusing. That's why I always recommend having an expert in your corner. An insurance agent who's local can be that expert. They're going to walk you through everything you need to know in this environment and make sure your insurance is just something you don't have to think about, you don't have to worry about, you know you're covered. We can help you find an agent you can rely on at AAA.com/insurance.